ฉันไม่ยอมให้เธอเดินไปกับใครคนไหนฉันจะไม่ยอมปล่อยใครมายืนข้างเธอ
คุณเป็นเมียผมไม่ยอมให้คุณไปไหนทั้งนั้น
นายจะมาล้างฉันไว้ทำไมในเมื่อพี่ฉันพ่อฉัน
มีนาคุณหายดีแล้วใช่ไหม
Top 10 Thailand drama about matchmaking. From this list, we are content our pick for top 10 Thailand dramas about matchmaking. But wait, if you're watching this video, you should subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out our next update. Guaranteed, you will not lose.
เดี๋ยวผมช่วยทาครีมให้ไหม
ได้สิ 1. Jao Sao Chang Yon tells the story of Mina, a very talented and stubborn car mechanic. Mina is then betrothed to a man named Pupat, the heir to an auto parts company. Pupat's fathers, who arranged the match, hoped that his son would recover from his past wounds and return to his enthusiasm for life. However, this arranged marriage that initially looks fine must face a series of conflicts. Pupat's ex-girlfriend suddenly appears while Pupat's sister seems to be interested in Mina.
คุณจะกลับมาอยู่กับผมใช่ไหมนอกจากเนี่ยคุณพูดคำอื่นเป็นผมดีใจนะที่คุณยกโทษให้ผมอ่ะ
ฉันตั้งหากที่ต้องขอบคุณนายนี่ถ้าไม่ได้นายกับพี่วี
2. Sapai Import Dan is the grandson and heir of the very famous farm owner, but there were conditions that Dan must fulfill in order to receive the inheritance of his grandfather. If Dan doesn't marry and have children within a year, then the inheritance will fall into the hands of his cousin. However, because of the pressure from Dan's mother, the two agreed to the match and pretend to be married.
ขอหย่าก็ได้นะ
ดูปากฉันดีๆเลยนะฉันไม่ยาก
ผมมองว่างานแค่นี้นักศึกษาปริญญาโทจบนอก
3. My husband-in-law Muay is a girl who lost his biological mother and was adopted by Tien's mother. After living together for many years, Muay began to secretly like Tien. From here, conflict after conflicts in their life began to emerge. The story conflicts begins because Tien has a relationship with the wife of a very dangerous mafia. Stupid Cubit. The story of the wealthy Amaporn family. This family has only one grandson named Chao Wei. One day, the grandmother, who is the head of the Amaporn family, intended to match Chao Wei with Araya, an orphaned girl he adopted. This matchmaking was strongly opposed by the only family members, namely Mayumi and Johnny. They are afraid that later Amaporn's inheritance will fall into Araya's hands. In order to get rid of the girl, Yingmei and Johnny try to influence Chao Wei by using Didi, who is none other than Chao Wei's lover.
หลานชายของดิฉันขึ้นมาดำรงตำแหน่งประธานอมราพรคอร์ปอเรชั่นแทน
ใช้สมองใครควรสักนิดคุณจะได้สำเนียกว่าผมกับภรรยาไม่ชอบกัน
ถ้าจะพูดกับย่าอย่างนี้ด่าย่าว่าควายเลยดีไหม
5. Piang chai Khon ni mai chai povis tells the story of a doctor named Satawat and a girl from rich family named Anusanya. Mr. Satawat, who is addicted to gambling, owes a huge debt to Anusanya family company. In order to erase the unpaid debt, Satawat then arranged an arranged marriage and had to marry Anusanya according to the agreement of the both families. Meanwhile, there is Lakorn, who recently broke up with Somika and expressed his love for Anusanya. Anusanya tries to avoid Lakorn and chooses to marry Satawat. Meanwhile, Somika, who is secretly in love with Satawat, tries to separate her idol from Anusanya. Six. Padiwaradda. The story of Ratree and Saran tells about the love story between the two. But when feelings of love begins to emerge, their relationship is tested. Rin feels guilty for lying to Saran, while Duang Sawat is back in the midst of the relationship. Seven. Princess Howard. The story begins when the king is sick and has to give up his throne for Prince In. On the other hand, Prince In must also marry Canning according to the agreement of the two families. Prince In actually has a close friend named Minnie who is like his own lover. The prince has asked Minnie to marry in order to fight his match with Canning. But because Minnie refused, Prince In was finally forced to accept the match and marry Canning. In and Canning's marriage was initially married by many obstacles, but gradually the two began to like each other. Eight. Ratree tells the story of Kathy, who is sold by her brothers to pay up debt. It all started when Kathy's father stole money from a Sikh family. Saki was of course furious and started hunting down Kathy's runaway father. But when Kathy's father was found, he was known to be in a sick situation. Kathy's father knew that Saki and his family want offspring as heirs, so he sold Kathy to pay off all his debt. Besides, Kathy's father is sure that his daughter's life will be fine because the Saki family will take care of her.
พนักงานในแผนกนี้ทำงานหนักเกินไปหรือเปล่า
ไม่นะคะทุกคนพอใจกับงานมากค่ะ
เบี้ยเลี้ยงได้ครับ
สรุปว่ารู้แล้วเหรอคะว่าใครเป็นคนท
ำยังพี่ยังไม่มีหลักฐานที่ชัดเจน
9. Fun Tawan Duerd tells the story of Ryu, who is betrothed by a young girl named Mayumi. Ryu actually likes Mayumi, but he has doubt about his engagement because Mayumi is still very young. Ryu is also afraid that Mayumi will become his weakness if he likes the girl too much. It is for this reason that Ryu chose to ignore Mayumi for years and made Mayumi think that Ryu never loved her. As time goes by, Mayumi transformed into a very charming young woman. Ryu, who is aware of this, begins to fear losing Mayumi and tries to help her begins. ท่านและรุกสุดคบพะ The film tells the story of Matana, who is a royal descendant in Thailand. She is forced to marry Prince Buki of Raya because her father's and Maki's fathers have promised to set the two together. Matana, of course, was against the matchmaking and refused to marry Maki. However, Kamin, who is the royal guard, has come to Thailand to pick up Matana.
ชายเข้าข้างกบฏอยากจะโดนข้อหาเดียวกับมันใช่ไหม
เซนทอน
ฉันไม่ยอมให้เธอเดินไปกับใครคนไหนฉันจะไม่ยอมปล่อยใคร